Hello all, Havoc here. Let's get ready to play some Space Engineers. And we're back. Alright, so let's go grab the Maelstrom, and we're going to go get him up here. We're going to get him parked. So I want to bring him up here first before doing that to see if that's even going to work for him. He is a extra... I consider a 3 wide, whereas the other ships are 1 and 2 wide, because he 1, 2, 3. So that's kind of how I look at it, is they're larger blocks in width. So let's go ahead, grab Maelstrom. Going to break his docking collar, turn his thrusters on. Yeah, see, he's got lots of room for a merge block. I wouldn't care to put a merge block on this guy. He's got tons of room if it worked. Why? Havoc. I need to change those antennas to be owned by nobody. You know, what I need to do is switch it all to be owned by me, since everything I weld will be owned by me. That's the proper way to do it. Man, it's so frustrating. Okay, so this should not be you should not have this issue in a single player world. That's just my feeling on that. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put it... Man, I wish that collar was on the other side. I don't want to move all those thrusters and stuff, though. Maybe I'll dock him like... I'll dock him like this. Whoa, let's not burn the glass off of the ship. Let's see here. Let's climb out, let's take a look at this guy, and let's think about docking him like that. How about... If those thrusters a little bit further forward, I'd put him right here. Ooh, civilian shuttle. What are the chances of that guy having guns? Meh, we don't need his supplies. We would need a large ship to get supplies. Oh man, unless it was that one ship that I tore apart. No, we found that ship. That wasn't yeah, okay. Distracted. Saw something shiny. Sorry guys. Okay, so what we want to do is, let's see here. This is our armored connector. I need to tie this into the system too. That's the other thing. If I'm going to put this on here, I need to pipe it in. So those thrusters did a really bang-up job at just destroying that. So I'm kind of afraid to put it here, and also don't want to cover up that access port. Alright, so we need to go below, find a hole, and what I'll do is I will take and put this straight up out of the air like that, and he will dock vertically. Okay. Hey, didn't we have a ship down here? I'm just joking, I know. Still hadn't got that far yet. Okay. So, we're going to come up here to the front. Let's come through here. And let's see here. We're going to end up going... There is no connector there. But we can put one through right there. So if we go in 2 blocks, we can put a connector right there. I don't remember if there's a connector pointing that direction right there or not. So let's go 2 and 3 blocks in from this outside wall. So we'll come up here. So let's go right to here. We'll go in, start 2 blocks in, see what it looks like. We'll go to that point so we can keep it. If we don't like it, we can weld it back up. And no, there is not. Let's go ahead and check here. I'm not seeing one. Okay, let's go to here. I really don't want to put it here because it would look ugly. And no. We could, on the other hand, run a 90 up right there, but I just got done saying I don't like how that would look. And that's on the edge of the ship. Oh, let's see. Shenanigans, we're doing it. Okay, so G 90. Large tube 90. Upwards. Weld it. I want to get going. I want to get this show on the road. Okay, so we're going to put it like so. Weld him up. We need motors, computers, and displays. Okay. So yeah, I'm thinking the reason why I want to bring the Maelstrom so bad is, you know, we can get out there, and what if we come across something we do want to tear apart? And he's going to be back home. Motors, computers, and displays, not just more motors. So, you know, what if we came across a ship that we do want to tear down? And he'd be all back here. We'd have to do it by hand or build another Maelstrom, which isn't entirely a bad idea. I mean, I could do the whole blueprinting thing, which we haven't covered yet, but I think that's for when we get a more advanced large ship, like in a more like an assembly station of a ship, or even a station just built for assembling ships. Totally viable as well. Okay, so I'm going to, we'll turn the collar back on. We're going to rotate all the way around so the mass of the ship is over the ship. If that made sense? Probably not. Basically, he's not hanging off the edge of the boat. Guess what? Ownership. Alright, let's try that. Transfer, wait. Control A. Everything to me. Yes. Share with my faction. I think that'll work. I should be allowed to dock now at least. Except my controls are inverted. Friends don't let friends play inverted. Alright, so that looks good. So we're going to dock, turn our thrusters off. T. Looks kind of wonky. Alright. Maybe with him we could put two of them on there. It'll look a little bit more appropriate. He just looks just horrible floating up there like that. Okay, hit K, Control A, transfer to me. Yes. Did that just do it? I think it just did. It did. Okay, that just kicked us free. That's weird. Okay, that's a small bug, I think. During the process of switching ownerships, it disconnected the two ships where the connectors changed ownership. That's kind of funny. I just realized something. We're going to undock. Oh wait, turn our thrusters on. We're going to undock. We're going to turn our inertial dampeners off. The reason I undocked is I don't want it turning off on our large ship. And then we're going to reattach. So the reason I did that is when we're out flying around and we're trying to turn this beast of a ship, all these little small ships are going to try to fight. They're going to try to fight it. They really are, and that's part of what happens when we're going along and we're having problems with ships flying off the deck and stuff. That's part of why. So we're going to turn inertial dampeners off. Maybe a little bit of bouncing and yo-yo stuff going on here because we don't have inertial dampeners to slow us down. But once we do that, we're golden. So we also missed something in here for our small thrusters group. So what I'm going to do is copy this, delete it. Okay. I thought you deleted that. It deleted the small thrusters group. Okay, so we want to go down here to small thrusters. And this is going to be a pain. Because we have the other ships, but we just went through that whole inertial dampener turn off thing. And we're going to put this here, save. Done. Wait, did we just... Oy vey. Well, that was on camera. I copied and pasted the wrong group. I am positive I just did that. No, I didn't. Okay, I thought I did. Or did I? I did. I copied and pasted the wrong group. Save. All right. So that's what you think you need to do is just... Okay. But now they're toggling. So these ones here that are on, we need to turn these off. Okay, so now all the thrusters on the Reaper should be all off. Yep. And all the thrusters on the Reaper are now back on. All right, that's good. We're good. Let's fix up the Maelstrom and let's get the show on the road. Let's get let's get moving. So we come in here. We're going to... Oh, his thrusters are set up correctly. So we're going to go hit number 9. Undock temporarily. Okay, so now we're going to turn his collar back on. Inertial dampeners are off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to back up slow. And as soon as that light turns yellow, I'm going to hit the park button. Like that. There we go. Everybody is set. Everybody's parked. Everybody's ready? 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 How about you? Are you ready? Okay, let's do this. So now we're going to come in. Let's make sure that's closed. We have 2 more doors that aren't closed. Everything looks good. Looks good. Alright, so we're going in here. We do not have anywhere near enough components to build that. Okay. Everybody's on board. And we're out of here. Nothing's flying off the deck of the ship. we're gonna go ahead towards that iron deposit or that nickel deposit, and we're gonna harvest some of that. Okay. It's weird flying this massive of a ship this fast. Granted, we're only going 44 meters a second, but it's a lot of weight. I mean, if just I screw up, it will be beautifully catastrophic. That's for sure. I've always flown smaller, nimble ships. I've never really done anything like this in this game. I've taken the red ship and crashed it into stuff before, but not this. I've always used smaller ships, built stations, and gone on excursions to rocks. Never taken my entire facility with me. This is cool though. I like it. Alright, so I'm going to start slowing down because depth perception and all that stuff. Just afraid. So the cool thing is now we're underway. All the different things that we can do now are all just on us. We can go wherever we want now. We can look at that. Look at that. That ore detector is awesome. Remember, I was talking about doing it to the station, and I just hadn't gotten around to it. And man, I wish I would have done that a long, long time ago. Alright. So now what we're going to do is we're going to just pull in underneath. Oh, bad perspective, Havoc. I just could have totally just creamed the side of that, but I didn't, luckily. Alright, so what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to get close this time. Sketchy, right? The reason is I don't want to get a bunch of it on the deck like I did last time. So what I'm going to do is make it a little bit more obvious. Maybe I need to put lights on there or something to say, "Hi, constructor, how you doing, man?" Oh, he's a tiny ship. We can't even see him. Okay, so maybe we should put lights on here or something so we can see when it shines up on the asteroid. Oh wow, look at that. You don't got to go very far now, do you, buddy? Alright, so let's do that. Turn our thrusters on. How come that... Oh, I know why. We forgot to fix his connector. Reaper connector. Well, let's fix there. Did we not fix it here? I thought we fixed this. I thought we fixed this. Yeah, I thought I fixed that. Alright, that's interesting. Let's turn it back on now. And let's get into camera view. Lights, camera. Alright, so we're just going to harvest some nickel here. And what falls onto the ship falls onto the ship. That'll still be less than what's going out into space, which is cool. See if I can get a view of it going down into the ship. Nope. So this will be a good amount of nickel, which is going to be cool. It has a fair bit of uses and stuff, so there they go. Get a good shot of that there. So we're going to have a good supply here. It'll still last us a little while. And one of the cool things about working this way is anything we do harvest, we're going to be harvesting in bulk, and so that's what's going to be refining. So we're going to end up building up a large bulk of specific minerals in a specific order. I mean, because what I could do is literally off camera, I can harvest this entire rock. And just devour this entire deposit of nickel. Throw some more of those large cargo containers in there, those new flat ones that we were looking at. Throw a bunch of those in, and we would be set for nickel for a very long time. All right. Okay, we are just chewing this rock up. Are we still over? Yeah, we're still over. See that? Oh, one just bounced out. But again, one bounced in though, so we know we can go this way and still be alright. So the cool thing, another cool thing we can do is we can make that larger, that siphon, the funnel, the collectors, whatever we want to call them. We can make that still wider yet. We can make it longer. Another thing I can do is I can actually build another small ship with a few of those on the front. It would be a large ship actually, because well, actually no. So there's some modded small ship gravity generators for the purpose of mining, not for the purpose of you having gravity on your small ships. But so I'm eating away at this rock, and one thing I haven't done yet, checked inventory. We do not want this thing blowing up. So 50,000 nickel. We want storage only. Why? That inventory sorting thing just has not worked. I'm sure it works. I'm just not using it right, and therefore it's making my life worse, not better. Yeah, so the next iteration of the Reaper would be a 6 drill orientation, 3 drills wide times 2. So stack them on top of each other. So that would be the next version of the Reaper that I would want to make. And yeah, he would be pretty awesome. Alright, so this is going to be nickel. I think we need to go find another deposit now and go to town on that. I know we're out of iron because all of our assemblers shut off, and we had them looped making a lot of components, like construction components, steel plates, small steel tubes, just a lot of components like that. So we know we need iron. But yeah, just loving the fact we're doing it. We're out. We're out and about. So I think what we're gonna do is turn the lights off. We're gonna go and that should have been more to the left. There's a couple rocks on the deck of the ship. Nowhere near as bad as it was when we did that uranium haul. Speaking of uranium, I think that's what we need to do is go find another rock and that has a lot on it and just devour the entire thing. All of it. That's just my 2 cents on that. And so what we need to do is get lined up. And fix that. Inertial dampeners off. Reverse. Oh, we need to turn the collar on. And good. Okay. So we're going to go into inventory. Reaper. Actually, I want to go to control panel. His connector. Throw out. Collect all is turned off. And it's still collecting stuff. That's something else that I really would... I need directions. I want directional arrows. I want items to only go out. Items to only go in or bidirectional. Some ships should only have a one-way port on them, and this is one of them. So, okay. Let's look at our refineries. What do we got going? Okay. Okay, this is not helpful again. I will be removing those scripts, I think. I know you guys are probably yelling at me going, Havoc, no, you only need to do this one thing. And I'm sorry, but technology should make your life easier, not more complicated. If I'm expecting to do this anyway, I'd rather have my stuff named what I want it to and not have to deal with this in my naming conventions. So I'm thinking about, I have a buddy of mine that's a really, really good programmer. And I'm thinking about having him help me write some scripts and put a programming node on. And just a little timer block that literally put a timer block, a programming node, and then every time it ticks, it runs its script. I even got some script ideas that I need him to write. If they work and stuff, I'll get them up on the Steam Workshop. But basically what I want to look for is have it do a check that every, 10 seconds or something like that, if the piece of equipment, it's going to do an inventory check, grab a list of all the assemblers on board, and if all the assemblers are empty, it's going to move their inventory to cargo containers. And then it's going to do the same thing for refineries and the same thing for blast furnaces. It's a pretty simple script. It's just the basics of writing code are beyond me. I can't look at a blank sheet of paper. I have to have somebody else's work. So I give the other person credit. I can't do it. So, okay. We have harvested a crap load of nickel. Our stores will be filled here really soon. Let's come and take a look. We're going to back away from this rock. It just makes me nervous in case I twitch with the mouse. Alright. So, alright. I keep panning when I pause like that. I'm looking off in the distance for a glimmer of a ship or a station or something. So, if you see me just sit here like this, not say anything, yep, that's what I'm doing. I'm looking to see if I can find something out there that we should be going and looking at. So, alright, so let's see. We're here. Should we go check on our buddy Albatross? I think we should. 37 units away. 37,000. It's a long ways, guys. What do you think? Stop off at Platinum 1 there and go visit our buddy the Albatross. See what he has to offer. Okay, let's head this way. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut away, and next thing you'll see is we will have stopped off here. I'll do a small segment for that of us stopping off at the platinum spot, and then we'll be heading off to the albatross from there. So I'll be right back. Okay, so here we are. We're back, and we're at the platinum. Oh man, it looks like I'm gonna knock that off of there. Oh, because I am. Okay, so we're at the platinum asteroid, our waypoint for platinum, and oh god, it's nerve-wracking. It felt clear of that, but it just did not feel clear of that. So what we're gonna do is I see a bit of uranium on here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna rotate our ship, and we're gonna core straight in. And in theory, everything with grab will come out of that core that we're going to drill in with the Reaper. So it'll just fall down a chute kind of thing, and we won't have to worry about picking up a mess on the deck of our ship. And so if we do this right, we should be able to go straight in through the uranium and right into the platinum. Now it looks like it's a pretty big uranium deposit. Oh, hey, check that out. How convenient is that? Right on the outside of the ship, there's also a silver deposit too. That's pretty cool. Right on the outside of the asteroid, I said right outside of the ship. So what we're going to do is we're going to eat all that up. So I'm going to get lined up here, and I'm going to actually do that off camera. So if anything happens, like, I don't know, the Reaper explodes or anything like that, I'll come back and you'll get to see that lovely carnage unfold. So let's see here. There's a couple things you can do when doing this, by the way, to take into account. Gravity is applied to these rocks. There's physics. So if you can position yourself in a particular way, you can actually... Whoa, I was going the wrong direction. That could have been bad. See how there's this little cut in this rock right here? We can use that to our advantage and actually force the rocks to travel down that cut. And... by doing that, we can force everything to flow into one spot. So we can cut a larger area, and man, depth perception is just... I'm going to be putting sensors on the front of this thing. I guarantee it. I'm going to put sensors on the front of the ship and little indicator lights, so like little proximity alarms. And that the front section is jetting out. It's all light armor. I think that's as close as I want to get. So, alright. Okay, so I've been mining at this for a while. This is a way larger piece of uranium than I had initially thought. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. I don't want to get too far ahead and do a whole lot without you guys. So just letting you know where we're at with things. Been mining at this for a very long time now. The ship, I've already made 2 runs to the ship. Just a little feature, if I hadn't covered in the past. If you open up your inventory and both ships have an antenna on them and they're in range of each other, you can actually access the other ship from here. So that's a pretty cool... so I can start production up on this ship. As we talked about before, the large ship's out of iron. But we can go to inventory, refineries. They've been kicking away for a while. So another side effect to the way everything is linked up right now is, even though those connectors are set to out and not to collect all, they're all collecting uranium. So even the Scorpion is collecting uranium. This is the small non-attached reactor. But everything else inside, everything that's piped, is gaining uranium. So all the ships that are connected, you see that just creeped up a number. We'll stay here for a sec. 10.4, yeah, see, all the reactors are gaining uranium. So that's going to be kind of cool, but kind of bothersome, because we're trying to supply our large ship with all the you can see all the rocks still falling down into there. That is so awesome. So that's all the debris that we're not sending off into the game. That's why I was avoiding doing that, is because I don't want to have all that debris just floating off and causing lag. It might not be an issue now, but as we get further away, there's more and more things for the game to track. It'll also be less of an issue once I get my new machine. So I'm right-clicking right now. I'm actually not creating resources. That's one of the things you can do, is just hold down the right mouse button, and it'll harvest and not, or it'll drill but not collect the resources. Yeah, there's just tons of rocks just falling down into there. That's so cool. So what I did last couple times was I just actually pulled up here and just got out, came to the back of the ship. I hope a rock doesn't fall on me. You can take damage from that, by the way. So I just did this. Bloop. Big old rock. In it goes. Doesn't matter what size rock, these things will eat it. So, but now since we're done, we're going to head over towards the Albatross. So we're going to go ahead and dock up and call this a day. Are lights still on? No. Okay. So let's go ahead and back in here. Alright, so let's get this planed out. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, turn my inertial dampeners on, turn my docking collar on, and park. Thrusters off. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and back out nice and easy. Oh, wow. I guess I should do some deck cleanup first, huh? So, the, what I was saying about the, particles, well, why am I flying around? I'm going to walk. The, particles floating around. Turn my light off, too. What'll end up happening is when you get a certain I need to get those doors finished. When you get a certain distance from, let's say, like, the Iron Prize, what'll end up happening is it'll stop rendering that, but it logs all that data. And since I have the floating object set to max, in theory, this stuff will still be there when we come back. I haven't tested that, but I also don't want to screw up the world either. Because I know I've seen a lot of Let's Play series where they get the lag gets so bad in their game from all the crap they have floating around, they end up having to restart, and it's something I don't want to do. Granted, I would be able to just copy this ship over, put it in a new world, call it good, but doesn't mean I should have to do that either. You go. There you go. A little cleanup here. And this guy. I think we can't get sucked into these. That would kind of suck to start taking damage. Poof, gone. Saying, straighten out our camera, start backing away. Okay, so our next episode, we're going to be headed towards the Albatross, and we're going to go touch down there. We know that's within 50,000 units of our base because we have points where the Albatross disappears when we're standing on Iron Price. So we're going to head towards it, and we're going to set up a little bit more permanent establishment there, probably a couple solar panels and an antenna and beacon, and then we'll pick a direction from there. We'll pick a heading from there. So, all right, till next time, it's Havoc.